Hello, friends, and welcome back to our magical world of stories. Today, we have a super exciting brand new adventure with everyone's favorite little piggy, Peppa. Get ready for a tale that's both chilly and warm as we join the pig family on their incredible fire and ice family vacation. Are you ready to jump into this cool adventure? Let's go. One bright and sunny morning, Peppa and her little brother, George, were playing in their living room. Oink, oink. I'm bored, George, snorted Peppa. George looked up from his dinosaur toy. Dinosaur, he grunted, agreeing. Just then, Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig walked in with big smiles on their faces. Peppa, George, said Mummy Pig, we have a surprise for you. Daddy Pig held up two colorful brochures. We're going on a special vacation, he announced with a jolly oink. Peppa's eyes widened with excitement. A vacation? Where are we going, Daddy? Daddy Pig chuckled. It's a secret. But I'll give you a clue. One place is very, very cold, and the other is very, very warm. Peppa and George looked at each other, puzzled. Cold and warm? Peppa repeated. Like my ice cream and your hot chocolate, George. George nodded enthusiastically. Exactly, said Mummy Pig. We're going to the land of ice and the Isle of Fire. And so, their amazing journey began. First, they flew to the land of ice. As they stepped off the plane, a gust of chilly air greeted them. Brr, shivered Peppa, pulling her scarf tighter. It's freezing. The whole world around them was white and sparkly. Giant ice castles shimmered in the distance, and the ground was covered in a thick blanket of soft, fluffy snow. Look, Peppa, giggled Mummy Pig. It's a snow paradise. Their hotel was made entirely of ice. The beds were carved from ice blocks, covered with warm, furry blankets. The chairs and tables were made of ice, too. Wow! Exclaimed Peppa. Can we really sleep in an ice bed? Daddy Pig, who was an expert at trying new things, lay down on one of the beds. It's surprisingly comfortable, he declared, his breath making a little white cloud in the air. George bounced on his ice bed, giggling. Ice, ice, he squealed. The next day, they met their tour guide, a friendly polar bear named Barnaby. Welcome to the land of ice, Barnaby said with a deep, rumbling voice. Are you ready for some frosty fun? Peppa and George cheered. First, Barnaby took them ice skating on a frozen lake that looked like a giant mirror. Peppa wobbled at first, holding on to Mummy Pig's hand, but soon she was gliding along like a professional. Look at me. I'm an ice skating champion, she squealed with delight. George, being small, was a bit wobbly, but Daddy Pig helped him, and soon he was sliding around, shouting, Dinosaur on ice. After skating, Barnaby showed them how to build an igloo. They packed snow into big blocks and stacked them in a circle, making a cozy little dome. This is our very own snow house, Peppa said proudly. Inside, it was quiet and surprisingly warm. They even had a pretend tea party with snow cakes and icicle spoons. Daddy Pig, of course, got a bit stuck in a small doorway. Oh dear, he grunted, wiggling his tummy. This igloo might be a bit small for expert daddies. Everyone laughed. The highlight of their icy adventure was seeing the northern lights. That night, Barnaby took them to a special viewing spot. They snuggled together under warm blankets, sipping hot chocolate. Suddenly, the dark sky lit up with waves of green, pink, and purple light, dancing and swirling like magical ribbons. Oh, whispered Peppa, her eyes wide with wonder. It's a rainbow in the night sky. George pointed a little hoof at the sky. Pretty, he said softly. It was the most beautiful thing they had ever seen. After a few chilly but wonderful days, it was time for the second part of their vacation. They waved goodbye to Barnaby and the land of ice and flew to the Isle of Fire. When they landed, a wave of warm tropical air greeted them. Phew, it's hot here, said Peppa, fanning herself with her hand. Palm trees swayed in the gentle breeze, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of flowers. Instead of snow, the ground was covered in soft, warm sand. Their hotel was a beautiful bungalow right on the beach, with a roof made of palm leaves. From their window, they could see the sparkling blue ocean and a tall, majestic volcano in the distance, with a tiny puff of smoke coming from its top. "Is that a real volcano, Daddy?" asked Peppa, a little nervously. "Yes, but don't worry," said Daddy Pig, who was an expert on volcanoes. "It's a very friendly volcano. It just likes to say hello with a little puff of smoke now and then." Their guide on the Isle of Fire was a cheerful dolphin named Delilah, who swam alongside their boat. "Aloha, pig family," she chirped. "Welcome to the sunny Isle of Fire." She took them snorkeling in the clear, warm water. Peppa and George wore little masks and snorkels. They dipped their faces into the water and saw a whole new world. Colorful fish in every shape and size swam past them, and beautiful coral reefs looked like an underwater garden. "Wow!" Peppa's voice bubbled up. "There are so many fishies." George pointed at a bright yellow fish and giggled. Later, they built a giant sandcastle on the beach. Daddy Pig helped them dig a big moat, and Mummy Pig found pretty seashells to decorate the walls. "Our sandcastle is the best in the whole wide world," declared Peppa. But then a little wave came and washed part of their castle away. "Oh no!" cried George. "Don't worry," said Mummy Pig with a smile. "We can just build it again, even bigger this time." And they did. In the evening, they attended a big beach party, a luau. Everyone wore flower necklaces called leis. There was music, dancing, and a huge feast of delicious tropical fruits like pineapple, mango, and coconut. Peppa tried to hula dance, wiggling her hips and waving her arms just like the dancers. Daddy Pig tried to join in too, and his big tummy jiggled, making everyone laugh. "I think I'm a better expert at eating than dancing," he said, taking a large bite of pineapple. On their last day, Delilah took them on a special boat tour around the base of the friendly volcano. They saw small streams of warm water bubbling into the sea. "This is the fire part of the Isle of Fire," Delilah explained. "The volcano warms the island and makes everything so lush and green." Peppa looked up at the huge mountain. It wasn't scary at all. It was powerful and amazing. As their vacation came to an end, the pig family sat on the beach, watching the sunset. The sky was painted in beautiful shades of orange, pink, and gold. Peppa sighed happily. "Mommy, Daddy, this was the best vacation ever." George nodded in agreement. "Ice fire doubles," he said, remembering their two amazing adventures. "Which part did you like best, Peppa?" asked Mummy Pig. "The cold ice castles or the warm, sunny beach?" Peppa thought for a moment. She loved skating on the ice and seeing the northern lights. But she also loved swimming with the colorful fish and building sandcastles. She said, "I like the ice and I like the fire. But my favorite part," she snuggled up to her family, "was being together with all of you." Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig hugged Peppa and George tightly. "That's our favorite part too," said Daddy Pig with a happy oink. And so, with hearts full of warm memories and chilly thrills, the pig family flew home, already dreaming of their next grand adventure together. What a fantastic journey! From snowy igloos to sunny beaches, Peppa and George had the time of their lives. It just goes to show that the best part of any adventure is sharing it with the ones you love. We hope you enjoyed this fire and ice tale. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for many more wonderful stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.